All right, C1x report. Not C1x report. I do that every video. C1x Road to launch. Day 36. It's been a few days since my last video. Did some C1x report videos over the weekend. But was up in Idaho playing in the Idaho State Championships. I was actively sick during the whole thing. I was still working on C1X solely on trying to troubleshoot an issue I'm having with the Firebase linked through C1X, and thought about filming it, but it ended up just being me spending 2 minutes changing code, spending half an hour pushing a new build to test flight, waiting for it to build the file system, uploading it, testing it, and then repeating that odd nauseum. That's the word I was going for. So it was like 2 minutes of work, 30 minutes of just waiting. I wasn't going to film that. And I did that for probably 10 hours over the course of the weekend. Long story short, in a previous video, I implemented a system called Appatest through Firebase, which I can link through. It was AppCheck or like Google Play Verify or something. I never even got to test the Google Play Verify because Appatest or AppCheck, whatever Apple's system is for that is called, is absolute trash. I spent so many hours trying to fix that even before the 10 hours over the weekend, and it just was hopeless. It would not work. I double checked rules. I double checked every single thing I possibly could have. Everything was enabled, and it would work in part. I would have a dialog pop up on the test flight version on my phone that would say that like it's reaching out to Firebase. It's not an internet issue. It's getting the initial verification step completed, and then the rules are just rejecting it. It's just whatever key my app was passing was not getting approved by Apple, which is stupid because Apple's the one that's generating the key in my app. So I was pulling my hair out doing that. Eventually just said, screw it. I'm not doing this Appatest through Apple anymore. Got onto ChatGPT, trying to figure out what my other options were. And I had not wanted to put a user authorization system into the app. I don't want people to have to sign in. I don't want them to have accounts. I don't think it's necessary. Maybe I'll change my mind on that in the future. But I didn't realize that I could do an auth system where everything is anonymous, so the users never have to sign in at all. Firebase has a anonymous ability in their auth system that will let people just create a random key whenever they log onto the app, and then Firebase will internally verify that it's coming from the app. So I implemented this yesterday after deciding to scrap the whole app check system natively through Apple. Again, Google's might have worked, but I just scrapped theirs as well because I'll just do this auth system and it'll work for both. So implemented that and still could not get it to work, and was absolutely losing my mind over that too because, again, I had double checked everything. It should have been working, but with the exception that on Firebase, app check is a functionality, I guess, that you have to enable onto your project. And regardless of what your code says, if app check is enabled, it's always going to verify that. And if it can't verify that, it's going to reject it. So I had implemented this whole auth system, spent 8 hours yesterday troubleshooting it. Turns out I still had app check enabled from the broken Apple Firebase, whatever. So it was still rejecting it. So I just went in after 8 hours of trying to mess with my actual implementation of this auth system. Just went and unenforced the single app check rule that I had tried to turn on for Apple system. And unchecking that, all of a sudden it worked. It at least worked in my test version. I am still a little sick, so I might have to blow my nose a couple times. I'll apologize for that. But it's all part of the experience, right? Yeah, hold on. All right, so at least working in my test version, I've got the latest update here now. This is what I would hope to be production ready. So I'm on my web page, whatever here. Let's just go to something that, yeah, doesn't matter. Okay. And we're going to, what was my line there? Node. Yes. So we're going to try running this. Maybe we'll just end up troubleshooting a bunch of stuff too, you know? It's always fun. What's my issue there? Reason at client request node fetch. Oh. I didn't run the project yet. Alright, hopefully that's my that's an easy fix. There we go. App downloads is 6. Oh, I was trying to write to it. Okay. So that just means my early auth was working. I thought that meant that app check through Apple was working at some point, but it was not. I do think that was a good decision to scrap that whole system. So now the goal. I have right now my Firestore rules are preventing unauthorized writes to the app. So I'm going to go try in my fresh version of C1x here and add a global course. And we're going to see if it works. Oh. It's been like, I mean, maybe 20 hours of work at this point just trying to get that exact thing to happen. Just global courses added to go from 2 to 3. So I just added a global course and it registered, which means that my app now has the ability to authorize the rights. The goal is just like, I don't think there's going to be a lot of hackers targeting a really small disc golf app. So my goal wasn't to make it some, you know, airtight security protocol that only I can get through. I'm just trying to verify that requests are coming from my app. That was the whole goal of this. And I think that I've finally done it. Rights are working, which is amazing. Let's go to my data here. Test was a collection that got added recently that I don't want. Delete. The rest of these I do want in. Sorry. I'm in this fun phase of being sick where my body's just trying to get rid of everything that it has in it. So, but who cares? The database is working. This may end up being a really short video. That's incredible. I'm pretty happy about that. Let's go over here. Fixed database not working with strict rules. I think that is done. Our rules are in their final production state. One thing I should probably do, which I suppose we can do right now, is clear the shards. Yeah. Oh, that may not be a bad idea. Let's go back to the actual C1x project here. And this is going to take a little minute. We can maybe work on some other stuff while we're doing it. Maybe. I was going to reinitialize all the shards so they were erased, just to verify that I can still write to it. I should be able to. That shouldn't cause any issues. So that is should be working. App already launched is not going to run. Await to initialize all shards. And then we'll go to my Firebase sharded management. And that's going to be here. And then initialize shards up here. And now we're good. So now if I run the app, I'll initialize them all, and then if I go back to the web page, it should be at 0. So yeah, that's fine. We'll hit run. We'll get that going. Just so I can verify, because what I'll do in production is I'll reset all the values to 0, and then release the app, and then that way I'm, pulling in accurate numbers. So I want to make sure that if I reset them, that it's not going to cause any issues with the write. It shouldn't. It should not change anything, but at this point it's not worked so many times that I want to make sure it does. These are we'll go to test flight. I can show how many builds of this I've gone through. So I pushed one version 6 for my own personal testing, and that was 11 days ago, and all of the builds since have been me trying to fix this database thing. And each one of those it takes probably half an hour from the time I hit, build the IPA file to upload to Appstore Connect. Half an hour from that point to the time that I'm actually looking at the result on my phone to see if it actually worked. So. Pretty silly. Pretty silly. But yeah, we'll get that to run. Now, because my thought was that I should test it on Android, and in principle I should. But it's not native to Apple or Google now, right? So it shouldn't matter. Let's go pose that question to ChatGPT real quick. Make sure there's nothing obvious or basic that I am missing. Okay. Use the below sign-in function for Firebase auth. This is currently working on my internal test flight build. Any reason to think it wouldn't work on external builds or for Android? Bundled in both, yeah. Google Services plugin. I think I already did all of that. We can go double check here. While I have it open, Android app, Google Services JSON's already in there. I did already update the build Gradle, I know that. To add to the release, I already did those. App check, screw that. Persistence can vary. Okay, so I think we're good there. Let's close that out. I've got these 279 coding things. I think I'm going to go sit down at my local disc golf shop here in a few hours and just knock those out. Again, just to give an example, that's just me going through each one of these items. Unused imports. So everything highlighted yellow is unused. Blue typically means that it is... Oh, why did they switch? There we go. That it's covered in a different one. In material, yeah. So we can get rid of both of those. And that'll be it. It's going to load a little slower right now, but that... yeah, there we go, down to 276. So I got rid of a couple of those. It's just going to be me going through mostly deleting unused imports and removing print statements for logging. So I'll go through and clean all of those up before submitting. Is there anything else? I was thinking that I was going to take a brief break from coding on C1x. I do think I'm still going to do that. I think right now C1x is 10 to 20% more powerful than any stat keeping app that you could use for disc golf currently, including like UDisc Live, PDGA Live, etc. I want it to be like 100% more powerful. I want it already stands out a little bit, I think, just in terms of visuals and some of the new stats that it's capable of producing, but I want it to have some features that are just totally brand new, not related at all to things that exist currently, and I think I want to get those out sooner rather than later. It's probably going to include some type of detailed mode, which I can find some ways to incorporate. But so I may end up taking like a week or two off and then jumping into some add later features. I've got an idea for some launch stuff to do, so I might do videos on those. All to say that I may how long has this been frozen? Oh my gosh, it's been frozen so long. I hate it. I hate it so much. Okay, rules. Here's all my test flight builds that I've been doing. What else did I skip over that just got frozen on the capture? I don't know. We printed the values out. It worked. Global courses incremented by 1. So I went back over to my C1x code. I am running the Xcode build now. I uncommented out my functions for initializing all of the counters in Firebase. So like this function, for the most part, I'm calling that function on app launch, which is right here. So the goal is to erase all the shards right now, verify that the writes are still working, and then we'll erase them again and it'll be ready for production. I went on to ChatGPT, verified that I should have no issues with it working on Android as well, which probably makes the auth system I'm using now a little bit better even than the app check, just because it should just blanket work through Firebase. It doesn't matter whether it's Apple or Android. The previous system, I would have had to use 2 different systems, hopefully get them both to work, and I never even got past Apple's. So but yeah, so waiting for this to load. What else should I be doing? The store pages will probably be the last big step, is getting the distribution stuff pushed out, getting some screenshots made, keywords, builds, getting information for the app review. Yeah. And I'll have to do the same thing with Google. I don't know if I'm going to do that on video. I could make some graphics at previews. You can at least go get a file set up for that. It's going to be a little bit slow, I think, since I'm trying to run this Xcode build on the simulator. But we'll try. We will try. Let's go to projects. I wonder if I copied the file over that I used for throw at the pros. Page backgrounds. Let's go back to throw at the pros branding. In app. No, what did I do with it? Oh, I had a specific App Store file. Do I have that for C1x? I do. Okay. I've already got the files created. App Store screenshots. I'm pretty sure those didn't. Apple came and made some comment about me not being able to show an actual iPhone in the screenshot. Or maybe that was only in the video. That in the video I couldn't share it. That might have been the case. So these were the videos or graphics that I used in Throw with the Pros, I think. I'm going to go check the Throw with the Pros page now and make sure that I'm remembering this correctly. These were for my video. And then these were ones that I used. For the screenshots. Okay, so it seems like I could still do that. It seems like Apple is not throwing a fit about showing hardware in the pictures. It was just the video. I think I actually got pretty annoyed with Apple and just got rid of the video. I think I just deleted it. I may not do... I'd like to do a video. It'd be fun to have a little promo video for C1x. But it would have to not be like these. All right, let's think about the design of this. We can at least get an updated graphic in there, so it's probably good that I'm running this on the simulator now anyways then, just so I can have some upgraded graphics to use. Okay. Oh, I am showing debug on that simulator though. I doubt there's a good way for me to hide that. So maybe I need to push it to my phone and take the screenshots there. I might do that. We can at least maybe plan these out and then I'll update them as I need to. What do I want these screenshots to look like? This isn't great, obviously. Why can't I time what time? Holy cow. Yeah, my computer's not handling the I want to do the same gradient, I just want to make them brighter, but Canva is going crazy slow at the moment. Yeah, I'm still waiting on you. go 40% right now. Maybe a little too much blending into what the background is. Alright, I don't think I'm gonna make any crazy progress here, just fiddling around with a slow canvas, so we'll put ChatGPT to work while I'm waiting for the app to load. I need to create App Store screenshots from some creative ideas on how to. So slow. It's just UI, bold headline, progression. Some type of like subtle nature background would be kind of nice. Computer's so slow right now. The capture keeps phrasing. It's plugged in. Do I still have those? I had my own graphics that I made for the original Throw with the Pros a while back that was like animated versions of some popular courses. That might be cool. I'm gonna have to go way back into the... Is there a filter on this? Probably not the time to try to get Canva to load 1,000 pictures, but can't even load the first one. Which it's given up. Canva tapped out. Right, you go away then. It's not my font. Still not my font. I don't want to just sit here and do nothing while I'm waiting for the app to load, but I think it's kind of what it wants me to do here. It's kind of what it wants me to do here. not going to let me filter, so we're just going to have to keep scrolling. I know it's going to be a while. Turning down video settings. Yeah, I think my computer is a little overwhelmed at the moment. Still waiting. Crazy. Crazy. I need to probably restart my Mac again. That would probably be useful. These are like the only two things I have left. There's nothing else really that's worth trying to mess with right now. And even if I had something else, it would probably be painstakingly slow. So, oh, we got some pictures showing up. Still nowhere close to where I need to be. I'm gonna go plug my phone back in while I'm waiting for this. What to do? I don't know. There's nothing that I want to do when my computer is this slow. It should speed back up again once the build is done. Which I guess my webcam blocks it, so you guys can't see it, but there is a running Xcode build that's right behind my webcam. And it's not important enough for me to move my webcam, so it doesn't give me a progress bar or anything. Alright, we'll just go back, focus on this. Come on. So it's exciting though. As long as this works, we are at the launch-ready version of C1x. No changes that are at least noticeable to the user. None of my cleanup of these 276 problems down here is going to change any features or views or anything like that. It's not going to change anything about how the code works. But I need it to load. This is what it would have been like if I had filmed all of the debugging of the database. Just like this, except I wouldn't have even been sitting here. I would have just walked away. this will finish running, then we can do a quick test, and then I can spend a little bit of time working on some graphics, and then we can call it for the day. But it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. I don't know what else to do. I'm just going to sit here and wait for it, I think. Not much else to do about it. No, nothing yet. Well, what to do? It's taking forever. As long as I can get the store listing stuff done today, which I should be able to, C1x might go in for review today. The App Store is the more involved of the two. This probably isn't going to load. Let's go to the Google Play console as well. Let me drag this over here real quick, make sure I'm not showing anything I shouldn't be, but I think I have fulfilled Google's testing requirement at this point. I should have. Yeah, closed testing is finished. All right, we can drag this back over here. The closed testing requirement. Publishing overview. Did I have something that what did I push through? I don't even remember. Oh, the updated privacy policy. Okay, no need to do that just yet. There's stuff that I would work on video, but it's just I don't think it's worth it when I'm moving this slow. My screen capture is even freezing at this point. Like not, I guess not the capture itself, but the program running the capture is freezing. Silly. Version 1.0. Alright, yeah, let's just go back here. We'll focus on this. Keep letting this go. I'm not going to work on anything else while this is running. As part of my break from C1x, I'll go through and do a little Mac cleanup, I think, and get this to where it's working a little bit better. But otherwise, I sit here and wait. Work on non-C1x stuff while I'm waiting. I don't know what else there is to do here. Everything would involve my Mac, and I can't. My Mac can't do anything else right now. I keep like, oh, maybe I could do this, but no, I can't do that. Not an option. I didn't think it was going to take this long. I apologize. I apologize. been the lamest video ever. I did get the database to work. I am so excited about that. One of the things I was going to do is I like to use road trips as a time for brainstorming. I just talked to my Apple Watch with things that I come up with. I was thinking about ways to improve C1X and plans for launch, and I was going to start writing some of those ideas down into my to-do app, but that will certainly slow things down here. I'm going to do some type of social media launch campaign. I want a promo video for that. I've got some local disc golf Facebook groups that I'm a part of. I'm going to advertise in there. Keep up the C1X reports. I will keep doing those. Take a couple weeks off from coding, and then we'll start putting in some new features. And then otherwise, I was trying to think about some ways to market in person. So some easy things would be like make a C1X shirt that I can wear during the tournaments I play in or during my casual rounds. I like to find some other way that I could just be like a walking billboard while I'm on the course, not to the point that it's excessive, but just some type of unique way to show off the app. I was thinking about trying to get some flyers made and see if I can put flyers up at local disc golf shops. I tried stickers with Throw with the Pros. I don't think that has gone very well. I think it's hard when I'm not there to like convey to people that the stickers are free. I think that might be the biggest obstacle, and I don't want to take up a bunch of space on the stickers with a big free sign. I could get a free sticker and put them on Throw with the Pros, but I don't think I'm going to do stickers for C1X. I was trying to think about some other ways to have like on the course representation, and I was like, oh, the app's called C1X. Could I find a way to like permanently mark out circles on disc golf courses? Like that would be kind of cool. Like circle 1, just marking that out for courses that don't already have it. I don't know how I would do that, but I was like, that could be cool. But I don't know. I mean, the way that's typically done is spray paint or flags. Neither would be an overly permanent solution. I doubt that parks are going to want a bunch of flags all over the course. I doubt they're going to want spray paint on the grass. So I'm not sure what a good alternative would be there. Outside of that, I was kind of struggling to come up with ways to market this thing. The goal is obviously to have it kind of sell itself to an extent. I have the share feature in the app, which the hope of that was letting users, trying to find some way to incentivize them to share their rounds through C1X. I think the share feature probably needs to be improved a little bit before that's really enticing for users. It'd be fun to try and do some giveaways through like a local disc golf shop for people that submit rounds. Maybe. That might be an option worth considering. My only hesitation there is that I'm already probably going to spend a little bit of money on the social media marketing. And it's not like I don't have the money to spend on it, but I don't want to just throw like hundreds of dollars at material for giveaways for 5 people to submit a round, and then one of those 5 people gets. It'd be great for them because probably good odds of winning, and they would get a ton of stuff. But I could try to run a public round for C1X like I did with Throw with the Pros. I think that could be fun, but probably be a similar turnout to the one I got for Throw with the Pros, which was a good time. I did enjoy it, but I did get like 6 people to show up. I was thankful for those 6, but it was not the best return on investment in terms of marketing costs. My capture is just constantly freezing right now. What else to do? I don't know. Like, I mean, some type of on the course representation would probably be the best way to go. If I could figure out an effective way to do that, I think that's what drives a lot of growth for an app like Udisk, is they just have a sign at the course. Probably harder to pull off for me at the moment. I can maybe do it in Salt Lake. Maybe. If I'm nice enough to the right people. But I'm not sure what else. It's the part that I'm terrible with, which is just, excuse me. How do I sell something? How do I sell? It's even free. I don't even have to sell C1x. C1x right now is entirely free. It will be that way for the foreseeable future. And there's certainly an element of like, make the app so good that your users sell it for you. And I don't know if C1x is quite there yet. I'm not sure what the secret is to getting to that point at the moment. Yeah, I don't know. This is the longest build I've ever had. Why is this taking so long? Is there anything I should add to this? It has been a while since I pushed out an update to testers. That's probably something that I will try and jump on today. Or this week at least. Once I submit it for review, I'll push that out to testers as well. Send an email update out with it. I don't know. I mean, I really need to try selling to the disc golfers that I know personally. I think I need to do a better job of that. Just even if they only use it once, just to get some feedback from them on what's missing, what would make it an app that they would really want to use. Because I don't want to be the guy that's like adding it to someone's to-do list. Like, yes, you have to go score around in C1x and answer these 10 questions for me. I don't want to give people homework. That's not the type of salesman that I would like to be. But I don't know. Don't know. Clearly, I haven't figured it out yet. What else could I do? I'm just trying to turn my waiting into a brainstorming session for launching this. I'm a disc golfer. As a guy who made a stat keeping app that I, as someone who is trying to improve, might want to use, what would make me try that app out? What would make me continue using that app? I don't always talk out loud to myself. I'm more doing it for the sake of just having some noise in this video as opposed to me just waiting. I did have the thought previously in terms of new features to add that I think as a disc golfer trying to improve, the one big thing that would be a game changer for an app to do is to actually have some type of coaching function that literally gives me feedback on what the weakest areas of my game are, what I should be practicing. Maybe it's field work, maybe it's what specific thing should I be focusing on while I'm doing field work. I'm trying to pull analytics like that just from the stats that I'm gathering. So I do think that might be a useful feature to add that would make it easier for selling. It's hard for me to see past that one right now. People want to get involved with stuff. Like, it'd be nice to find some way to build C1x that I could get a community involved with it, not just a community supporting it and doing work selling it, but like involved with the app. How do I do that? I don't know. People sharing rounds scored in C1x could be a small part of it, but it'd be fun to get some like community driven feedback system on like features to use and I mean, instead of thinking here of myself, I should probably just be asking other disc golfers this question. Oh. I don't know. Do I just scrap the video at this point? Like, well, this is... It's still running. Like, there's still movement on my screen. It is still trying to run the build. It's just, it's taking forever. I mean, I guess this has been a part of my development process, so this is at least accurate to what I've been doing, but... Hopefully no one's watching this or just skipping ahead if they're curious to see the database work. All right, let's at least start writing some of these ideas down. So, go away. Thank you. Can delete this. So some type of like community-driven selection for adding in new stats and features. That might be a good way to get people involved with it. I'm not pulling enough data right now that I can like run competitions in the app. Nor do I know if I want to, but it would be a good idea to ask people about a coaching feature that provides insights on the weakest part of your game and ideas for improvement. Marking circle 1. I keep coming back to that marking out circle 1 on courses, but I don't know how feasible that would be at the moment. Social media marketing is a thing on its own. It's fairly straightforward. So really it's how do I sell C1x at a disc golf shop? How do I sell C1x at a disc golf course? At a shop, I could put flyers up, but it would be fun to get some type of involvement with the shop beyond just, hey, let me hang a flyer up. It could be some type of competition. So let's say like a flyer at disc golf shop, advertising competition with QR code, submit C1x rounds through a link along with name and email, and I'll select 3 winners and give gift cards. That could be something. Any other way to make that more exciting? probably not a bad way to get some involvement with the shop. Is there... Because I've tried to run, like I did competitions with Throw with the Pros, but that was at the public round. I'm pulling from such a small subset. If I post on Facebook, it's only the people that see it. But if I just hang it up at a disc golf shop, advertising the competition, run it for 2 weeks, I can still post about it on Facebook, but so many people are going to see that. That feels like a pretty good idea. Are there other ways that I could involve a disc golf shop? I'm mostly thinking about another on Salt Lake. Like, they're the big shop around here. I do like those guys. They let me put stickers up for Throw at the Pros. I had stickers at Play It Again too, and Birdcage, which is another disc golf shop located further south of where I live currently by about 50 minutes. And another one, there's one out by the Stansbury Mountains. What were they called? They were kind of like a Play It Again, a little more disc golf focused. Junction. I don't know. They're pretty cool. Yeah, so outside of a flyer, what do I do? For the flyer in a competition, I would probably stick to another round, just because I know that every person that comes in there is aiming for disc golf. It's a little bit harder to do like a flyer in a disc golf based competition at a store that is not focused solely on disc golf. And I know that another round gets way more traffic than probably the other ones combined for disc golf. My capture has not frozen. It is still loading. It's been an hour at this point. This is becoming quite the waste of time. At least getting some ideas on for a launch plan. What else could I do with a disc golf shop? Oh, I think that's all I got for right now, and boy, am I tired of sitting here waiting for this to load. I might just stop the video and do a quick one later with the database testing, and we'll call it good, because this is ridiculous. So I apologize. Not overly exciting, but I think the database is working now. We'll do the quick video later just to verify that I can reset them, and that's still the case. And I'll keep thinking about